Hello! We've had a good run of themed quizzes recently, so it's time to mix it up a little. 20 random, assorted questions of more or lesser known biblical content. Let's begin! Question 1. Under the law, when laying siege to a city, what natural food source was to be spared from destruction? Was it sheep, crop fields, fruit trees, or honey? And that's fruit trees, according to Deuteronomy chapter 20. Question 2. Which high priest is Zechariah told to crown? Is that Joshua, Zadok, Hilkiah, or Eliashib? And that's Joshua in Zechariah chapter 6, verses 9 to 15. Question 3. Which mountain do the Samaritans claim as the true mountain of God? Is it Sinai, Hermon, Carmel, or Gerizim? And that's Gerizim, referenced in John chapter 4 and Deuteronomy chapter 11. Question 4. By which brook did Jacob wrestle with an angel? Was it Kebar, Habor, Jabbok, or Shihor? And that was Jabbok in Genesis chapter 32. Question 5. Which city is the place of God's earthly residence? Is it Jerusalem, Hebron, Shechem, or Bethlehem? And that's Jerusalem, according to 2 Chronicles chapter 6. Question 6. What feature of the altar did Joab grab when seeking sanctuary? Was it the steps, the lion's face, the wings, or the horns? That was the horns in 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 28. Question 7. In what position did Ezekiel spend 390 days lying? Was it on his front, on his right, on his left, or on his back? And that was on his left side, according to Ezekiel chapter 4, and after which he spent a further 40 days on his right side. Question 8. Paul said, our faith is worthless if what didn't happen? Is it the raising of Jesus, the exodus of the Jews, the birth of Jesus, or the gift of the Holy Spirit? And that's the raising of Jesus in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Question 9. Which nation defeated Judah during the reign of Ahaz? Was it the Amorites, the Philistines, the Edomites, or the Moabites? And that was the Edomites in 2 Chronicles chapter 28. Question 10. What is the Sea of Chinnereth better known as? Is it the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Dead Sea, or the Sea of Galilee? And that's the Sea of Galilee. Numbers chapter 34. Question 11. What was Araunah's threshing floor to become the site of after David built an altar there? Was it the crucifixion of Christ, the Battle of Armageddon, the Sermon on the Mount, or Solomon's Temple? And that's Solomon's Temple, referenced in 2 Samuel 24 and 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Question 12. How many times a day did Aaron burn incense on the altar of incense? Was it 1, 2, 3, or 4 times? And that was twice in Exodus chapter 30. Question 13. What did Joseph Barnabas sell to raise money for God's work? Was it a horse, a field, a flock of sheep, or a house? And that was a field in Acts chapter 4. Question 14. Who addressed the Sanhedrin with a face like an angel? Was it Philip, Stephen, Paul, or Jesus? And that was Stephen in Acts chapter 6, verses 8 and 15. Question 15. How was Naboth killed? Was he stabbed, hanged, stoned, or burnt? Naboth was stoned in 1 Kings chapter 21. Question 16. Why did Herod arrest Peter? Was it for threatening his position as king, for causing a riot, to protect him from harm, or to please the Jews? And he wanted to please the Jews in Acts chapter 12. Question 17. What was the name of the chamberlain who gave Esther food and cosmetics before being presented to King Ahasuerus? Was it Shashgaz, Blastus, Nathan-Melech, or Hegai? And that was Hegai in Esther chapter 2. Question 18. How many verses are there in Psalm 23? Are there 2, 4, 6, or 8? If you look it up or listen at the end, there are 6. Question 19. Will there be a temple in the New Jerusalem? Yes or no? Well, no there won't, according to Revelation chapter 21, verse 22. And question 20. What was influential in turning Solomon away from God during his later life? Was it wealth, foreign wives, rebellious sons, or possessing land? Well, if you've done the quiz on Solomon, you'll know that it was his foreign wives in 1 Kings chapter 11.
Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Goodbye, and God bless.